Alright, so today we are going to make AI powered homework completion application which handles PDFs, words, and images. So these are the file types that it supports, and we have three examples of each. The first is a screenshot that I have taken from a mathematic note. So what it will do is that we have first passed the image to the application, and boom, here are all the completions that the AI has given us. So this is an artificial intelligent application which uses the capabilities and the functionality of Gemini Flash 1.5 vision model, and this is what it looks like. Isn't it amazing? So these were the questions that were in that particular homework, and what did was to, like, take all. First of all, it summarized, then what exactly it was required. Here factorization was required, so what it did was to factorize the questions which were to be factorized, and the other was to find the polynomial. So here it has identified the polynomial. Now let's move on to the next type. So this one is a Word document. Let's pass the Word document now, and let's wait for the result. Give it a few minutes. Let Gemini do its magic, and boom. So here are the answers of the questions that were in the Word file. So these are the questions. Solve for x, 3x minus 4 is equals to 11. So everything, all the questions have been catered in this particular application, as you can see. Now moving on to the third and the last example that we have here. So this was a PDF. Now what it is doing is that it is passing the PDF, and it is extracting the questions and completing it using the Gemini API. So these are the answers that it has generated, it has completed for the questions in the PDF. All right, moving on to the code. Okay, so here what we are going to do first of all is to create a conda environment. For that we All right, so this is an anaconda prompt. We are going to create a folder. Okay, dir, let's say the folder's name can be homework app. Yeah, so let's move to the homework app and let's create an environment here. Homework app is going to be our conda environment name, and Python version here is going to be 3.10. All right, so all right, it's taking a little time to create the environment, and yeah, I think we are done. All right, So what we will do now is to activate the environment that we have created right now. So for this, here you can see the command conda activate homework app. All right. So now we are in homework application. Now what we can do is to open. All right. So in PyCharm, I will open this particular project that I have the project structure that I have created. So this is homework app. I'll just all right. So now this is going to be our home folder. For this, what we are going to use is a Python add new interpreter, local interpreter, and in this interpreter, if we are using a conda environment, we can detect conda environment that we have created using the conda prompt, and here we can see that our environment that was created is reflecting. So we'll select this application, and yeah, so this is the environment that we have selected. Once all these modules are updated, yes, here you can see that our interpreter has been selected. Perfect. So in the main file, first of all, what we are going to do is that we are going to install the particular libraries that that are required for that particular application. For that, what I have done is I have created the entire application for you guys so that the experience is hassle free, and what I will be doing is that I will be sharing the code in a GitHub repository. So for you guys to go to that repository and check out the code, you can take reference from it, and you can either you can fork it. It is up to you. For this, first of all, what we require is to get all the pip installs, because most of these are not installed currently. The homework application environment is scanning for the installed packages. Till then, what we can do is we can just run this parallelly, and let all the required in libraries install. All right. So here are the packages that we require. First is Streamlit. It is basically used to create amazing front ends for Python applications. You can create your applications using this beautiful library of Streamlit. You can go to their website and check out their amazing services. And the rest of the packages are PIL, the Pillow, PDF2, PyPDF2. This is for the PDF reader. Pillow is for images. Docs is obviously it's for documents. Then there is generative AI package from Google. It is used to basically call the Gemini API model that we are going to use here. Talking about the model, what let me just show you the model. All right. So here is the API key that I have generated. As you must be aware that for using such models, AI models, you require to get their API key, isn't it? So for that, you can go to Google Gemini API. All right. The first link will take you here. Google AI for developers. Here you can create your own API. All right. Get API key. And here you can use this button to create your own API key. Then after this, once we have our API key, what we are going to do is in our environment, we are going to create this .streamlit folder. Inside this .streamlit folder, we are going to create a secrets.toml file. This is basically a secrets file where you can put your API key and it will be safe from the viewers, because your API key is something which is private for everyone, right? It is basically a credential. So I have just masked most of the API key of mine to keep it a secret, and the real file is this one, which I won't show you guys. and this is just an example file of the secrets.toml file. So basically this file will be used by the code when we'll be coding. Here all these packages have been imported. Now what we are going to do is that we are going to import the model, the Gemini model. All right, so genai.configure, then there is st.secrets. As we already know that st.secrets, the Gemini Google API key, is available in secrets.toml, so it will automatically fetch the API key from this particular toml file. Then here is model, gen AI.generative model Gemini 1.5 flash. So this is basically the model, the AI model that we are going to use in this application. After this, let me quickly copy and paste the application which I have already coded for your convenience to keep this video precise. So basically, this is an extract text from PDF. If we have submitted a PDF in, like, the questions are a lot of times when you get assignments, obviously it can be in a Word format, it can be an image, or it can be a PDF, or basically it can be anything, it can be WhatsApp chat or anything like such, right? So in we are catering these three file types. First of all, PDF, then document, and then there is the image file type. So this is the extract text from PDF function, in which the file has to be passed, and the PDF reader will now extract the text and return the text. Then there is text from the document file, and same with that, the document file will get loaded and the text will be returned in paragraphs in this text. All right, now this is basically the model. Get Gemini response text content prompt response model.generate content. This is the function. This is a function which is inside the model library, which takes a list input of what the model requires as an input to give you the response. So basically the content that you are going to pass, the content which is getting extracted from these functions, will be the content, and the prompt will be basically a prompt, like what the model is supposed to do. So same with that, like that. Here, get Gemini response image. This is a function which takes images directly. Instead of the content, it will take image and the prompt. All right, so here is the code for the streamlit. Let me just copy the entire code for your convenience, and then I'll explain the code line by line. All right, so here is the code. So here is the code for your streamlit application, where st, here we have set an alias st for streamlit, right? So here what we are going to do is that we are going to create an app configuration for the streamlit page. Here st.setPageConfig is the function where page title and layout has to be given. Page title will be homework completion app, and the layout will be wide. Then st.header will have the header of the application. Then there needs to be an uploading option, right? You need an uploading widget to take the file that you want to pass. So for that, uploaded file is equals to streamlit.file uploader, and the text that has to be displayed alongside that uploader, and the type of documents that it supports. Then there is the prompt. This is very important because this is the actual prompt that the model requires to do what it is supposed to do. So basically, the prompt says that you are an expert in assisting students with their homework. Your task is to provide a complete, detailed, and helpful answer to provide content formatting in Markdown, include key points summarized from the content, answer to any question detected in content, additional insights, examples, or suggestions to improve the completeness of the homework. Maintain a student friendly tone and clear Markdown formatting for readability. So, Markdown formatting is a formatting which you might have seen in GitHub, where .md files are there. So when you will open that md file, it is basically a text file, but it is like a more fancier version of a text file with all bold headings and a good looking file. So here the prompt is the st.text area modify the AI prompt optional. So you can also add or remove something from the prompt itself. In case if you give a custom prompt, then this text area will be used. All right. So now what we are going to do is that we are going to divide the screen into two portions. The first, if what we are going to do is we are going to display the content of the particular PDF or the image or the document that you have submitted in this column, and the other part that is AI generated will be on the right side, the response basically. All right. So if the file is uploaded, then what happens is, first of all, it will check what kind of a file it is. If it is a PDF file, then extracted text will be extracted from this particular method, extract text from PDF, and similarly, extracted text will be extracted from the extract text from document. If it is an image, then what will happen is that it will first display the image in the sidebar. Then here comes the column part. So if it is an if extracted text is present, so what it will do is that it will display the extracted text in the left portion of the screen, and if there is an image, then it will display the image here. And in the column 2, now the real part comes in, where subheader AI powered suggestions, this subheader is given. Then in the extracted text, if it is extracted text, so what it will do is response will go to this particular function, get Gemini response text. So here you can see get Gemini response text, where we have the content. This is the particular extracted text from the PDF or the document, and here is the prompt. So this is basically the prompt that we spoke about. So this will be passed into the generate content method. This will be in form of a list. You can add more arguments in this if you require anything except from this. All right. So the model will generate and return a response for that. So this particular function will return a response to this function here. And similarly, there is an image. If it is an image, then there is an image function as well. So get Gemini image is there, response image, in which image will be passed and the prompt will be given. Similarly, it will also generate the response and return it. Here it will pass the response into a markdown format in the application. All right. So then there is the footer. This is the last line of the application. So let's run this app and let's just check whether it works or not. For this, you will be requiring Streamlit run main.py. Hit enter and let's wait for the Streamlit to open. So it requires you to give it access to open the browser, and all right, so our application is ready. Okay, let's test our application now. First we are going to test the screenshot. All right, so our screenshot has been submitted. Here you can see running. It means that the screenshot has been passed to the Gemini get response function, and here are the responses of that particular screenshot. All right, if we talk about the other files, let's take this document type and pass it into our application. So you can see that it works flawless, isn't it? This works like a charm. All right. Now let's test our another application, which is this is the class 10th marks question, maths questions. Let's parse this. So it has parsed this, and let's wait for the answers. The best part about this model is that it is highly accurate in calculating such stuff. You can verify this when you put your own data into this application. All right. So here you can see that there is a deploy option as well. So what we are going to do is we are going to deploy this particular application on Streamlit Cloud. Let me just give it a quick start. All right. We'll search for Streamlit Cloud, and here is the first link. We'll just open this particular link, sign in. Continue with GitHub. I am continuing with GitHub. If you want, you can continue with Google as well. If you continue with GitHub, then it puts like both the things hand in hand so that it works like a charm. All right. So these are the applications which I have already hosted. Here there is a create app button. When pressing this, we can go to this repository, deploy a public app from GitHub. Before that, we are going to create a GitHub repository for this. We just open my repositories and create a new repository. All right. So here is homework app. Let's keep it public for the Streamlit to access this library. You can add a readme as well if you require and create a repository. Alright, so this is a GitHub repository that it has created. Now in this, what I will do is I will share my main.py file in this particular repository. So here you can see that main.py has been uploaded now. So we'll commit the changes. This is now done. In this, we do not require to create that particular .streamlit directory and the secrets.toml, because once we deploy this application, we'll be passing the API that we have directly into the Streamlit app itself. But for this, we require a requirements.txt file with all the packages that are required for this application to install properly. For that, what I'll do is I'll use the same code and I'll just go to chatgpt and I'll ask chatgpt to create a Streamlit requirement.txt. What you can do is, if you want to create a requirements.txt file, you can pass your code into ChatGPT and ask it to do the same. So yeah, so it can create a file for you. So we have the content for requirements.txt. So what I'm going to do is I am going to create a file here itself, create new file. Here we are going to name it and here we are going to give the packages that are required for your application. Perfect. So now what we'll do is to commit the changes. Now our requirements is ready. The main file is ready. Now we'll go back to the Streamlit cloud and press deploy now. Then what we'll do is to select the repository that we have created right now. This is the homework app repository, and branch is main, and main file path is the particular file that has the Streamlit application. In the app URL, what you're going to do is to remove most of the part of it, because this is going to be the app URL from which you will be able to like access this particular application. So here we can see that homework app is available, so we'll keep it like that. In the advanced setting, what we are going to do is, here we are going to copy the Google API key that we have, and we are going to paste it. So like I said that your API key is your credential, so do not show your API key to anyone. So I have pasted the API key, the fake API key here, but I am just going to slide it to the next monitor, give it the real API key. Once you give the real API key, you have to just press the save button, and it will save that particular API key. Then just press this deploy button and you are done. So it says that your app is in the oven, and here you can see in the manage app that it is loading, and it is loading all the code from the GitHub repository. It is installing all the required packages, and it is creating your application. Alright, so our application is live. Congratulations, guys. Our application is live, so we'll just quickly test it once again. Alright, so it's working like a charm, isn't it? Yes. Alright, so it is working perfectly alright. So here you can see that this is the URL that we have created. You can share this URL with anyone. You can share this into this URL in your resume in the project section as well. So this is it for the video. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you learned something from this video. That's it from my end. Signing off.